just a black screen right now.
Let's fix this real quick.
We might have.
Oh, look at Jared. Hi, Jared.
Oh, wow. Should we do that again? Let's do it one more time. What do you think, Jared?
Sure, let's do it again.
Let's do it one more time. Now do we had There we go. Now it feels like home. There we go. Now it feels like the start of the show, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome to the Pivot, Week 6 of the NFL season. We are getting kicked off here a little bit late. The star of the show had to talk to her neighbors, so that obviously takes rank over.
How is the neighbor, by the way?
The neighbor is good.
Good,
We have
good.
the same birthday, so we had to talk about that.
Got it.
Well, that's a great transition because
Yep.
Tuesday was Emmy's birthday, so happy birthday, Emmy.
Thank you.
Did you get the flowers and the cake from us or from the show?
I think they were back ordered.
Oh, okay.
But we got Jackson here today. Hey, Jax, before you leave, why don't you say hi? Anyway, sorry about the distraction. We are The Pivot. We're brought to you by Vast Bank. We're executively produced by Toby Biocchini. I am Matt Lyons. We got Jared to my right producing this.
What's up?
We got our TV director, Emmy, in the new studio, the old jail cell. And we got the Juice in studio, which is 2 in a row. We're doing good, right?
Yeah.
How is the Juice?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling good.
You recovered from Emmy's birthday?
I did. I mean, it's quite the celebration at the Quadra household.
we
But no, it's all good,
I
man.
guess you grilled some meat.
Yeah.
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 So that's
Par
always
for the course.
a way to celebrate a good birthday. Jared, how are you?
Fantastic. I had a great week in fantasy football this past
We
week.
should have had an over/under bet on how long it would take him to work that in the
Yeah.
conversation.
It was
In
gonna
the
be
industry, we
instant.
call this a humble brag.
Yes.
Yeah. Very humble,
So you
bro.
finished 97th out of 1,234,000 people.
It was in the Millionaire Maker. I finished 97th out of, I think it's 230,000.
It's pretty, but not bad.
$20 bet turned it into $750.
How much of you would you contribute that to the time you spent around Juice and I?
Oh, a lot of it.
Like 85% of it.
Yeah. I'd say at least 50,
Okay.
if
Good.
not more.
You had a Tom Brady build in that, right?
I did, in that one I did.
I don't remember you discussing Tom Brady on the show. Do
Actually,
you
I think
remember
I
that,
might have
Juice?
mentioned his name once
I don't
briefly,
remember that. Do you
but
remember that?
I'd have to watch it back.
Emmy, do you remember that?
I feel like he's holding out on us a little bit. It's all right.
It was actually a last-minute build that made me all my money.
Okay. Well, it was a good build.
It
We're
was
proud of you.
It was a contrarian build, but it was a good build.
And it had a Pivot logo on it.
It did.
I like it. I think I introduced it. We actually have a show script for once. That's my job, and I
I'm kind of
nailed.
blown away, to be honest.
It's fantastic.
So I realized in watching the shows back that I do the show and I never tell people what we're doing anymore. We're a show here to build a DraftKings lineup, right?
Yep.
We're on the Sunday, Monday what's that called? Slate. And we're going to build you a lineup. We ask that you like and subscribe. We're calling to some action here.
Oh, yeah.
We've upped our viewership and upped our subscribers, but we could definitely use some more as we try to market this thing and get this off the road. We're going to be providing more content. You know what's today, Julio?
NBA Top Shot backdrop.
That as well, which
and
is
the
exciting.
debut of the Cuz and Jared's new Start Sit show.
Yes.
Oh,
which
wow.
I
What
like-
time's that on?
I like to call that shit show, but we
Be 4:30 today.
we're still that title's in beta right
Yeah,
now. We're
yeah,
still
it's
working that title
working
out.
on it.
Yeah, so 4:30 today. Unfortunately, it's going to come earlier in the week usually because most ad drops have occurred. But I think there's going to be some discussion on season-long league and
Yep.
ad drops and start sit questions. We welcome, and we welcome Christian in the chat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
Christian, you're the best. Let's
I
do a
hope,
little.
I hope we have as many questions as we did last week because that was fantastic.
Yep.
That was exciting.
I hope they wait till 4:30.
Well, I put it.
He doesn't get this, does he? He doesn't understand this.
I do understand. We had a discussion about this post show. I do get this, but I welcome the questions too. Hindsight 2020. We talked about the Millie Maker lineup. We
Yep.
talked about your lineup. We didn't talk about the winning lineup.
Nope. Which we can right now.
But while you're looking that up, Julio, what did we do right last week? What was good about our
Oh
lineup?
man, so much.
So just to give, while you're looking at that, Rays League, the team finished the show team finished what, third? Fourth?
So we have
Big Monday night.
the show team finished 4th, Juice finished 6th, and you finished 7th.
Wow.
So we were
three
all
top
yeah.
7 finishes.
I
Yeah.
survived a Daniel Jones injury
yeah.
and a Cephas injury.
That Lamar Jackson game pushed us all down a couple spots.
That was
but
quite the Monday night game.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up a couple things. Like, it's really important on Sunday morning that you check the injury report.
Yes.
Because last week, I think most of the week, everyone was thinking that Dalvin Cook was going to play. And then, boom, Sunday morning, he's out. Madison just becomes kind of like an auto play. We didn't even discuss it Sunday morning, but I think all of us played him.
yeah, we all
Yeah,
we
all
did
pivoted to
play.
him.
Yeah. So
It changed my whole lineup. I was
Yeah.
going Cousins Jefferson, and I switched it up
Right.
because I wanted to focus on Madison and not the passing game once I found. I don't know why, but I just him being healthier, it made me. I was afraid we were going to get half Cook, half Madison.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we found out he wasn't playing, like for me at least, and I'm glad for you guys, it just became a lock.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and
I put him in every lineup
and
at that point.
and surprisingly, he was only like 50% owned. I mean, I think he should have been like 100% owned.
He was 66% owned in Rays League, which was interesting.
Yeah.
The guy that was low owned in Rays League that I found very interesting was Robinson. There was 6%, which means two people in the league. Me and somebody else started him. Not that he had a terrible second half. He had a great first half. He had 100 yards rushing in the first half, and then they decided that Hyde was the answer in the second half.
yeah.
Some of these NFL coaches I just don't get.
Can I say something also along that line? Did you guys watch the Green Bay Cincinnati game?
We did.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? I mean, like their coach, the
Right.
coach for Cincinnati, like it's, yeah, dude. I mean, it's like a minute left in the game, and he's trying a 56-yard field goal or something
I
to
think-
win the game. Like, but here's the worst part: if he misses, which is very likely,
Right.
you're giving Green Bay like 40 seconds to get like 10 yards
I think
to
they-
kick a field goal.
Right.
Well, you're talking to someone who believes in the concept that the NFL is rigged. So I think some people coach to lose. So I think you see examples of it. It drives your brain crazy, and you're trying to calculate why that's happening, and it's because it's supposed to. Well,
I
that's
mean,
my
you're,
thought.
you're not giving like
That's a whole nother show. The
Yeah.
conspiracy of the NFL and the fact. Yeah. Anyway, yes, I agree with you 100%. All coaching surprises me many different times, and I just I wonder what's really going on.
Derrick Henry blew up. So
He did. He got
kudos,
3
Jared.
touchdowns.
He
So-
we have to give the producers used 2 exemptions. I think he has 5 touchdowns out of those 2
Yeah,
exemptions.
both have been great calls so far.
That rolled out real easily for him, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I've used 2 out of 5, and both of them been something you should have done.
should we make the rule that if you use them and they are successful, that you get those back?
I'd love
No,
that rule.
No,
Who said
I'd
no?
love that rule.
Who said no?
But
So-
they've been a great success.
I understand, but no, we're not. I agree. Nope.
All right, fine.
Nope.
All right. Here's a millionaire maker lineup this week.
okay, who was in the middle of it?
We had Tom Brady at quarterback, which I had in one of my lineups.
In the lineup that got 97th out of 2,347,000
Yep.
people.
I mean,
right?
were you basically just recapping your lineup? 'Cause
No,
there's
well,
probably one pivot.
so far.
So your lineup with a few adjustments is what?
So I'll do that. So my lineup, millionaire maker. Tom Brady was the millionaire
This
maker.
is the
I had him.
excitement. You know, graphic would have been perfect. You could have
Yeah.
come prepared with the graphic, so we could have
graphic
seen
would
your
have been
lineup and then the millionaire maker lineup.
Yeah, I mean, if we had it on yours, we could have done it. But Hubbard was one of the running backs for the millionaire maker. I had Derrick Henry, Madison on both sides, Devontae Adams, which we all played.
We all did play about that.
He was one of our main plays last
I
Yeah.
week.
think Cincinnati Green Bay was a great call.
Yeah.
That was a very good call.
And then I had Tony on the other side, which is also in the millionaire maker, but he's at flex on this one. Evans and Evans on both sides. Antonio Brown, both sides.
This is exciting.
Hunter Henry was a tight end to have for the millionaire maker, and I had Gesicki, who only got 8 points.
So disappointing.
Yeah. And then he had
Such a bad call.
Tony in his flex, and I had Devontae Williams for Chicago. So that's Devontae, right? Or is it Daryl?
Wow,
I can't
wow.
remember.
Is that
Excuse me.
Seltzer? We need a fine
kicking
bucket.
in.
That's a fine.
Yeah.
We,
But-
we did talk about Kadarius Toney a lot. Or
Yeah.
we mentioned him a few
we
times
mentioned
on the
him.
show.
We said
yeah.
if Sterling Shepard and the other guy, I can't remember his name right now, were not healthy, I'd play him again, which is what I did.
Hey, the kids got something for you for your 97th place.
And then,
they wanted me to give this to you.
And then the Vikings was the defense and the millionaire maker, and I had Washington football team.
Okay. I mean,
So-
you were on it. Okay.
Great lineup.
I
Yeah.
was. So,
For the Millie Maker and for Jared.
Emmy, what place did you get in the Millie Maker?
What does that mean?
She got 98.
She got 98. I think she
Probably
got-
98.
I think she got 96, actually. Emmy, did you? So we're going to transition into this week. As we all know, Emmy's getting married, and Mark is her spouse, and he has taken on the role of helping Emmy with some observations from time to time. Did you bring us any heat this week, or are we? We could tell you were busy with birthday festivities.
So I have some maybe good pointers for this coming week.
Okay.
Hold on, I got to write these down.
Yeah, let's get
'Cause
these
she was
jotted
on it
down.
last week.
Yep.
You said Deontay Johnson last week, and he scored the first touchdown of the week, I think. By the way, so.
On it. So for quarterback, I have Kirk Cousins
All
Okay,
right.
I like it.
or Sam
Or-
Darnold.
Sam
Either one,
Darnold.
okay.
Okay.
They're playing each other, so that's
I guess
So
she
Emmy likes that
game.
game.
we like
Yeah.
that points. We'll find out here in a second if that's a 50-cent piece.
Yep.
For running back, Devontae Booker
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, coming in from
Giants.
Barclay.
or Daryl Henderson.
I like
Okay.
it.
That call.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
I got
Henderson
these
a
on my
lot.
own, by the way.
Oh, you did?
really? Nice.
Nice. Very nice, Emmy.
Emmy's a quick learner.
She's just quick study.
Yeah.
And for wide receiver, Brandon Cooks.
I like
Okay.
it. Actually, him
For
playing
Houston.
on the dome floor, he's a good call. I like all those.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with any of that. That's awesome. You bringing it, Emmy. You still enjoying the show, Emmy?
Hang on, you're frozen.
Uh-oh. That damn new computer.
That's a way of saying no
Yeah, okay.
without answering the question.
Yes, I'm still enjoying the show.
So for the fans, we call the old computer Spencer Rattler. We have Caleb Williams on his way.
Yep.
What a game, dude. What a game.
We could do a whole show on college football. I want to do a betting show. Next year we're going to do a college football show too and talk about.
Can I say
spreads.
something about that game real quick?
Sure.
So, Mark had a tennis tournament that
For
day.
all of you who don't know, we're talking about OU Texas.
OU Texas, yeah, sorry. So Mark had a tennis tournament that day, so I
Okay.
wasn't able to watch the game.
Mark is Julio's oldest,
yeah,
youngest son.
my youngest son. He won the tournament, by the way. So go
So
Mark.
Nice.
But I was watching the beginning of the game, and they were just getting smoked, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not even going to mess with this.
Right.
And then I
Was
see
it 14-0 or 28-7?
I think it was 28-7. I was like, whatever. I'm over this. And then I was watching Mark's last match, and the dad next to me was like, they're coming back. Like they just like went ahead. I'm like, what? And I watched the game in full replay. It was an amazing game. Amazing game.
I was watching the game with my dad, as I always do, and I had flip-flops on, keys in hand, drink in hand to leave as Kennedy Brooks fumbled the ball. And then when they overturned the Kennedy Brooks fumble, I sat back down and said, let's do this, and it worked out. Anyway,
Nice.
it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was.
Let's switch over. Well, the next segment on the list is becoming a fan favorite. We've spent all morning working on sound for it. This is where we discuss this week's high scoring games. We like to get our points where the points are going to be scored. That makes a little bit of sense, right, Julio?
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
And we're going to hit it. We're taking you into Julio's 50-cent pieces here. These are our games that are going over 50. We will also add in games that we think will go over 50, and that will probably be completely wrong.
I love how you guys secured the rights to 50 Cent's music.
Actually, some lovely white guy slapped this out for us on YouTube. I spent a good hour watching Jared on a fake keyboard on his iPhone trying to work something
This
out.
is probably my favorite 50 Cent beat.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the correlation, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's
So
just another excuse to dance on the
yeah,
show,
absolutely.
Right? Like,
But so the 50 Cent pieces this week, there's not that many.
Oh, really?
Whoa,
And
we're-
if Ray had just done the regular traditional Sunday slate, the
Okay.
main slate,
Ray, that's another
there would be
stab at you.
less. But the first one is the Chiefs against the football team.
Oh, yep. That's
54.5.
Highly owned
my
game.
favorite game this week
Oh,
for sure.
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Whew, that's why we bring him here for these off-the-wall takes.
Yeah, I mean that's breaking news right,
Right
there.
there.
The Chargers.
The 56-point game Jared is on.
That's before I knew it was supposed to be a 50
Yeah.
cent.
This is why he
6-point
gets
game.
97th in the billet.
So the next 50 Cent piece is the Chargers Ravens at 52. What I find interesting is both those games have noon kickoffs.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not a believer in the noon kickoff
right.
high scoring.
So that's kind of like a little, in your face.
So, I mean, do you guys have this experience too? I hope our listeners have this experience like me. You sit down. First thing I do for the first hour of watching Red Zone is I do cardio because, I'm trying to live that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And man, after that hour, that first game, there's not a whole lot left. So I do an hour of cardio. When I get off, I'm like, if you don't have the points by then,
You're done.
yeah,
Yep,
those first games are rough.
They're rough.
they are.
They, I don't know. It just seems like the air goes out of the ball, and it's 10-3 going into half in every game.
Yeah, I agree. The next 50-cent piece, Cowboys Patriots. I find this one kind of surprising.
That's a random one.
3:25 kickoff on Sunday, and then we don't have another 50-cent piece until the Monday night game,
which is
Bills
could be-
Titans.
So that I think there's a debate between 3 games this week. That's my take.
Okay,
The Monday night game,
yeah,
Baltimore, San Diego, and Jam Master Jay's pick of the week, Kansas City, Washington.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Which, by the way, I think has the highest point total, right?
It does by
Or
half by
Monday
the hook.
night. Monday night's probably.
They're about the same, 54 and a half. So both games are.
I could see that Monday night game just being a shootout.
Well, if it was anything like the last Monday night's game, I mean,
We're gonna find out how
surprised.
good Buffalo's defense is, right?
yeah.
Because Tennessee brings a lot of offensive firepower. So
It's in Tennessee too. And I just came back from Nashville. I would love to go see a game there.
oh yeah,
Well, because here's the thing. So I don't.
that
Have you
should be
been
a,
in?
s- that should be a segment, right?
should.
Juice's dreams.
Yeah, where I want to go. But have you been in Nashville?
Yes, I've been in Nashville.
Have you the downtown? It's kind of cool because
I follow the Avett brothers around the country.
so like the stadium, like you could walk from.
I
all
have
the
actually
bars.
never been to the stadium, but I have been to that neighborhood. I know
Yeah.
what neighborhood you're talking about.
It's kind of cool because you can kind of party before the game and then literally just walk across a bridge to the stadium.
It's awesome.
It's kind of neat.
I'm a big fan of the Vills.
yeah,
Asheville, Knoxville. I like all of
cool
them.
town. So shout out to Nashville. All our listeners in Nashville.
I'm a bigger fan of
I
Asheville.
love you guys.
Mike Novak, I hope you're listening. Mike's going to help market the show at some point. Okay. I actually have a federal court case I need to get to, so we're going to have to move on. So those were the 50s. We're limited on the 50 pieces.
Yeah.
So with knowing those games, kind of what ownership trends are we seeing? I believe, Washington, Kansas City, I thought Heineke would be highly owned, but in looking at the projected ownership, he's not. I saw Tyreek Hill's like 11%. Are there some freakly owned people this week?
I mean, Tyler Heineke is the second highest owned quarterback this week.
Who's first?
Really?
Lamar Jackson,
Yeah, that makes sense.
coming off his best performance
Where's
ever.
Darnold on that list?
Sam Darnold is. You have to scroll down a little bit. He's 3% owned.
Who's playing Dallas this week?
Dallas is the Patriots.
Oh, well, Mac Jones at 5,300 is. Anyway, no weird.
I mean, Lamar Jackson's 1, Taylor Heineke's 2, Mahomes is 3, Burrows surprisingly is 4.
It doesn't surprise me. I think that's another sneaky high scoring game.
Maybe. Stafford is 5th. Goff.
6. Yeah, I could see that
6.
game being a high
Really
scoring.
golf. Hmm.
Yeah.
Because isn't it Cincinnati, Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Daniel Jones and then Kyler Murray.
Daniel Jones, who's in protocol.
I think he's projected to play.
Yeah, it's looking like he's
Yeah.
doing
looks
pretty
like
good.
He's good.
Well,
Yeah.
that was my next subject. Do we see any real injury concerns right off the bat? What's Cook's story? I mean, I know we talked about this pre-show. There's a lot of questionable tags on running backs. Correct?
Here, I have a take on Cook. So they have a bye next week.
Okay.
I sort of think they keep him out this week.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
just-
feeling.
And just sort
feel
of
like we're gonna
rest
get another
him
Madison
and just
week.
make sure he's fully healthy.
Carolina's got a pretty stout D too.
Yeah,
It's a road
Yeah.
game.
I just think they're going to. I think they're going to give him that extra week. That's just my opinion.
Any other? I see Swift has a Q on.
Oh
him.
man, McCaffrey's questionable. Cook, Aaron Jones, Chubb, Elliott, Barkley's out. Gibson, Mixon, Swift, Madison. Hunt.
I feel like Hubbard's going to be starting again this week as well.
Well, actually, they said McCaffrey. I saw a contradicting report. Not to argue, I just
Right.
happened to be watching ESPN this morning, and they were saying that they thought he was playing for sure.
Okay.
I guess the long and short of it is just make sure that you monitor the news.
Yeah.
So we're going to build a lineup, but obviously, clearly, there's a lot of information that's going to come out. We talked about this a little bit before show with the Madison news breaking, and And you said to start off the show that Sunday morning's really important.
Do
Obviously,
we want to go over the running backs and receivers, the projected ownership?
Yeah,
before
give
we
me
build?
give me like the top 5 running
Okay,
backs.
so well, I got receiver up, so let's go receiver.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, 21%.
That makes sense.
Jacoby Myers, 19.6%.
So that's been a popular play, obviously.
He's just cheap, and it should
It's
be
a
high
good-
scoring.
It's a good build with you, like Mac Jones, Jacoby Myers, and then you can play all the Dallas players you want if you want.
Yeah. T. Higgins, 5,300. He's next. Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, Sterling Shepard, Robert Woods, Keenan Allen.
To be honest, one that really interests me in that group is McLaren.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Love McLaren this week.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think do running backs real quick, and then I actually want to hear tight ends because
Yeah.
I'm curious at what's going on.
Daryl Henderson is first.
That makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Daryl Williams for the Chiefs. He's cheap, 4,900.
I have him in most of my lineups.
DeAndre Swift is 6,300. Let's see. Sorry, I had something going on. Okay, so Daryl Henderson, Daryl Williams, DeAndre Swift, Josh Jacobs at 5,900. That one.
Swift to me is kind of the, if I'm going to say a lock and load, a must play. This week, 6,300, and it's just an easy place to get 20.
Yeah, I agree. One of your guys that you usually like is pretty popular as well this week, Jonathan Taylor.
Yep. I have
Is 6,600.
my 2 running backs are Jonathan Taylor and Swift.
Yeah. He
Austin
killed it last
Eckler's
week.
right behind him, and then Emmy's boy Devontae Booker
Yeah.
is up there too.
Eckler is somebody that just is continuing to. He's getting touchdowns. He's getting 80% of the share. That's somebody that I haven't rostered yet. That I don't know why. They're scoring so many points, and I look at my lineup that I built that I'm about to clear out and build a lineup with you. When I look at my lineups, I just don't seem to have a lot of Chargers in it, and I don't know why.
Man, I don't know why.
Williams burned me early, and so I've been scared, and he's really expensive. Allen they don't seem this. He's not getting the bulk like he was last year, so that's a hard team because they score tons of points, but I don't seem to roster a lot of guys.
Williams is kind of become the alpha this year at receiver for the Chargers,
Right.
and it's been kind of Keenan Allen's role the years prior. Eckler's the second highest productive running back in DK behind Derrick Henry this year.
Wow. That
He's
surprised me.
he just I don't know. I roster a lot of Eckler for some reason.
When he just says things that make me,
Excited.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was exciting. Those are stats you rarely get.
Tight end, you want to look at that real quick?
Just to finish up the Eckler conversation.
Yeah, sure.
I think that 7,300 price they keep putting him at is because when you have Swift at like 62 and or you're going to pay up to like Henry or somebody, I think it's that marginal pricing. Would you say that might have something to do?
I think the thing that's been different this year with Eckler as opposed to prior years is that he is scoring touchdowns. So he's always been someone that catches a lot of passes out of the backfield and gets production, but they haven't used him so much on the goal line.
Right.
This year they are. And so that is really kind of inflating. He got 3 touchdowns last week.
Unbelievable.
I mean, just amazing.
I said I didn't roster him. I had him rostered last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Let's transition.
Tight end real quick. Let's go.
Yeah, because
So,
there is a couple tight end questions I had.
Mark Andrews is first.
Coming off a huge game.
Yeah,
Ricky
obviously.
Seals-Jones is second.
I love Ricky.
We talked
Seals.
about him
Oh,
last
yes.
week.
I love Ricky Seals.
Oh, yes.
Travis Kelce is third.
Okay.
Noah Fant, and then Cole Kmet.
What do we know about the Tyreek Hill injury?
I mean, I think he's in line to play.
Obviously, if Tyreek Hill banged up, Kelsey becomes much more valuable than his price, right?
Yeah, that's true. He won't practice Thursday, so
That's one to watch.
it's
Yeah.
one to watch. I don't know. Kansas City this is sort of going to be a week that we kind of figured them out a little bit. I mean, they've lost a bunch of games
I'm gonna
already.
bet. I think I might clear the mortgage out and bet money line Kansas City this week.
They've got to win this week. And I
Right?
mean,
Like-
they have to. It's amazing that they're doing as bad as they are, but their defense is so terrible. I mean,
It's so terrible. I
What
mean,
can
they're
you
the
do?
worst defense in the league this year.
Yeah.
So it puts a lot of pressure on the offense. But they've also lost a really good team.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could see why Jared came up with that crazy concept that maybe Kansas City, Washington is a stackable game. I mean,
oh yes, I love Washington. I can't wait to talk about why I love them so much this week.
Maybe because
I
they're-
smell a show exemption coming.
maybe because they're Kansas
I don't
City
feel like I'll
defense
need
is
to
ter-
use one for this, but
Okay,
I
well,
feel
let-
strongly about it.
I'm going to use one of these fancy buttons to transition to building a lineup. We're going to head towards stacks here. Let's build it.
yeah.
Let's build this week's lineup. I mean, let's bring up the screen, show them what we're doing here. We're building a DK lineup. We're going to start off with our favorite stacks of the week. This is kind of a chance for us all to kind of say where we're leaning on how to build a team. Do you think we should bother asking Jared who his favorite stack of the week is?
Derrick Henry stack?
It's not a Derrick Henry stack, surprisingly.
He's playing Derrick
He
Henry.
is on the slate though. I mean, we can't play.
But
Derrick
Matt, real
Henry this
quick,
week.
You want me to hit the lock?
unplug your iPad
Uh-huh.
because it froze it,
Uh-oh.
and then scroll down on the top right,
Scroll down on the top right.
like hit the charger thing, or I'll just come over there and do it real quick.
Uh-oh, here we go. I got it.
Yep, and then unconnect the mirror. Stop. Yep, at the bottom there.
Stop mirroring.
Click it again.
Wait, stop mirroring. There we go. And then now it hits.
Now do it again.
Okay. Glad you guys could all be here for this.
Let's view. Click the Let's view.
This will allow Julio to answer this important text.
He wants to get his drop. That's what he's.
Oh,
One.
You
One.
got one. That's
Well,
amazing.
I think. Hold on. Oh man. No, I don't know.
what? We're having trouble here.
Yeah, whenever you plug it in, it freezes it up.
So what do we need to do?
Just talk about it. I'll go in there and fix it real quick.
Okay. So we're switching over to building a line. My favorite. So I'm guessing Jarek's going to go with Heineke, McLaren, maybe some Ricky Seals Jones.
Oh yes.
As my favorite stack is definitely. Well, I don't have a favorite stack yet. I have done some Darnold, DJ Moore. I've done some James Allen and Diggs. I've got them done a bunch of different ways on this one. I don't even hate the concept of playing Mac Jones and Myers and running it back with good players.
Yeah.
So I think we're up. You think we're up?
Yep, we're good.
Emmy, how we doing?
It's up. It's good.
Excited for all this new computer stuff. I don't know if I think that was just my fault. I plugged it in.
Yeah, that's it.
We didn't even need to plug it in.
It's okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
we're good.
So, Jared, let's go ahead and get your favorite stack and let you
All right.
talk
So I love Heineke this week. Taylor Heineke, absolutely. And McLaurin, I'm going to pair him with that, and then I'm going to play Ricky Seals Jones in every single lineup.
So I've noticed you're not a big correlator, that you stack, but you don't necessarily run it back. Is that
I run it back if there's someone that I like to run it back with.
Yeah, okay, because you ran it back with Gesicki. And that,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you like anybody in Kansas City to run it back? I mean, I would think that's a run it back.
I'm questioning things because I don't know where Tyreek Hill is right now. So
Yeah, so that's what I think that's a big factor because I have Tyreek Hill in my lineup,
yeah.
and right now I don't know that I'm gonna. I don't know that.
So I don't feel confident in anything running back right now.
What
but-
about Williams at 4,900?
Oh yeah, Williams.
You're
Yes,
running
yeah,
back?
I'm playing Williams. Yeah.
Okay.
I like Williams.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, we're just gonna get the quick little bass drop in there.
Oh, 50-cent piece. Okay.
Apologize for that. That was supposed to be the genius. So while you were fixing, I like Darnold a bit with DJ Moore. I mean, I think that's probably going to be kind of highly owned. They've got a good matchup this week with Minnesota. Seems to be trash defense, but statistically, they're not as trash as my eyes tell me they are.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think on that?
Minnesota?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I've really liked Minnesota the last couple of weeks, and their offense just is sort of disappointed. I mean,
I'm more thinking Carolina and running it back with Madison. Is it Madison?
Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Madison a lot this
So
week.
anyway, that's a good cheap build. This is my favorite time of the week. We're gonna get to hear Julio tell me what his favorite build is.
So I'm going to go back to the. Emmy brought up this guy's girlfriend. She was a former reporter she's a reporter for the NFL Network, I think, or something.
I remember you saying this. I can't remember who. It
Oh,
was.
who are we talking about? Oh, Herbert.
Herbert is my guy.
Oh, Herbert. Yeah.
I'm going
yeah.
right back to him. I think he's playing on another level.
See, generally the Baltimore defense would scare me.
No, not at all. I mean, they're not. In years past, yeah, but they're not stopping anybody this year.
What about the concept of not going Herbert, but going the receivers and starting Lamar Jackson just to try to?
I think that's another build that you can go. I just think he's extremely popular, and I wanted to bring this up. So we talked about Lamar Jackson being the most highly owned quarterback this week.
Right.
He's 16% owned. Justin Herbert is projected to be 4% owned.
Okay.
I don't think that there's a 4-time probability that Lamar Jackson outscores Justin Herbert. I think it's closer to 50-50.
I would say they're about 50-50.
I would say it's about, I wouldn't surprise me either way.
So who are you pairing him with? You going? That's the problem. Williams is expensive.
See, here's what I love about this game is that there's some really cheap pieces on both sides.
Right. Allen is a good 6,400.
Allen, I'm going to go with Eckler as well.
Oh, so
I'm going to pair
you
Herbert
hearing this, Red?
with Eckler, and I'm going to also pair him with Keenan Allen. Here's the reason. Eckler, normally I don't like pairing a quarterback with a
hit the
running
right
back.
button, by the way.
I don't normally like doing that, but Eckler to me is almost like a receiver out of the backfield.
I don't
Oh,
mind
yeah,
it
absolutely.
when the throwing running back
Yeah.
concept comes in. So I like it. That is an expensive pairing. We'd agree with that.
It is an expensive
It's
pairing.
expensive. I don't feel like Keenan Allen's actually very expensive.
No, I think
for
he's
this week.
pretty moderately priced.
So are you looking to multi-stack, or are you?
Yeah, and I mean this is, I don't know, like, so tight end I'm going with Mark Andrews. So chalky Mark
What?
Andrews.
Wow, we're just.
How
like
how
him
can you
too.
pass up a $3,000 Ricky Seals Jones
It's
against
something
Kansas
you
City?
can definitely do.
He's gonna be so highly owned. That's who my tight end.
Right,
too.
but he's going to be so highly owned. But if he goes off and you didn't pay $3,000 to get that, then you're going to be at a disadvantage to everyone else. So there is chalk that you don't want to, maybe that you could play off of. But if it's $3,000 and it's chalk that just makes sense, if you don't have it, you lose.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I totally see that argument. He's
Wow.
also very highly owned, Ricky Seals Jones.
But he's 3,000.
That's a really difficult concept to grasp, but I'm glad you were able to get it. I got it too. That if one guy goes off and you don't have that guy, that's hard to win.
Especially
I mean,
if he's 3,000. That's what I'm saying.
But let me ask
That's
you
the
this.
main thing.
What do you think him going off would look like?
Even if I feel like, so he's against Kansas City, worst defense in the league right
Yeah.
now. And they're
This is
terrible
where
against.
where we guarantee all Ricky
This is-
Seals Jones owners.
They're like the worst defense against tight end. I think it's guaranteed he's going to at least get a touchdown and multiple targets. Last week he had 8 targets against the Saints.
I think he's a great play, but
I do think he's a good play. There's
so in Ray's league, how there's 30 people.
Yeah.
How many people in Ray's league do you think start Ricky Seals?
Probably a lot of them. I mean, it's hard to pass up on a $3,000 tight end that can give you easily 20 plus points.
I agree. He hasn't gotten to 20, but
He hasn't, but he's playing the worst defense in the league right now this week.
this is where I told you. This is a real debate. This is going to be a real debate in the fantasy world. This Kansas City-Washington game is so popular.
Yeah.
Baltimore, L.A. is popular. And then in our stupid slate, we got to deal with Tennessee and Buffalo that could blow up.
I think that
for
was kind of a
100
dig
points.
at Ray. Stupid slate.
It is. It
Okay,
was.
all right.
I just-
You're coming to our side.
It,
I love it.
it makes it it makes it challenging. Anyway, so
I don't dislike playing
It
Mark
sounds-
Andrews. I just can't find myself not playing Ricky Seals Jones in every single lineup for $3,000. He's going to easily pay that off, and it opens up so much more for you.
you got 3 more. Is this one we're using?
If I have to, I'm surprised I'd have to use it.
Now he's gonna go with the "we're just terrible"
No.
argument. You're just so
I don't think
terrible.
you're terrible.
You're so terrible. I can't believe I'm even having to use this exemption on it.
I am surprised on this one that I'd have to use it, but I mean, I feel very strongly about it.
Julio, you're gonna have to run it back with somebody else.
I mean, if he wants to go Ricky Seals Jones, that's fine.
Like I said, I like Mark Andrews this week as well.
I like Ricky Seals Jr. on a lineup that you're going Lamar Jackson at quarterback, right? Because then you're gonna need savings.
You
at
could
tight
play naked Ricky Seals Jones, and I'd like it.
naked Ricky.
I mean, let me throw this out there because I've got 2 plays that I don't love. I just
Okay.
don't in my lineup right now. I really do like this Chargers Baltimore game. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. With
Makes
this build.
sense.
But I've got Mark Andrews, and then I've also paired him with Devin Duvernay.
Okay, that's cheap.
He's cheap. However, we could do this. We could go with his boy Ricky Seals Jones.
I've got him in. That's
Okay.
but that's 3. We're on week 6.
That's 3. Then they've all been great. Every single one of them.
You're gonna have to start arguing to get exemptions back. At
I'm
some
gonna
point.
run out here quick. I'm using them every week.
I wouldn't mind running it back with this guy, who I think will be very low owned.
Okay, I'm interested.
And
Yeah, I
I
bet-
think he's in line to get a touchdown. And that would be Josh Gordon for the Kansas City
Ooh,
Chiefs.
actually, I really like it. Actually,
He's 3,400. He's getting more reps. He's getting more acclimated to the offense.
yep.
The dude looks amazing.
I watched
I mean, he
highlights of him
looks good.
So who?
right before we got here.
Josh Gordon
Before I got
plays
here.
for Baltimore.
No, he
No,
plays for
the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City.
So you could run back Ricky Seals Jones.
I got you. So we're gonna.
with Josh Gordon.
Who are we running back for Baltimore? Duvernay.
That's the problem. We're not running anybody back now with Baltimore.
I like
so,
Duvernay. You want to do? It saves us some money and it's going to get us some good plays in there.
So would you rather do Gordon or Duvernay?
We can do both, right?
Are you doing stuff on the iPad?
I am. Why is it not working?
No.
Uh-oh.
Well, interesting.
I normally would like Marquise Brown. However, the Chargers have been just shutting down the opposing wide receiver 1 all year long. So he's kind of out of play for me, and that's kind of why I was going the Duvernay route.
I like Duvernay as a cheap savings. Plus, he's been getting a lot of targets. I noticed that on the Monday night game that he got the first. I got it back up now, I think.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I think he's just been solid.
job.
I mean, he's getting like 4 to 6 targets a week, and at 3,400, if he can get in the end zone, I like it.
I like it. Who, Duvernay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's. I mean, I think in the high-scoring game, you want to get when you're going to take some risks, throw some darts, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
You definitely want to do it in the high-scoring games, right?
Right.
And Duvernay's getting a lot more playing time. He's gotten red zone targets. The first pass of the game was to him. I think the first 2 or 3 of the first passes were so. At 3,400, we're going to. I think in this lineup, we're going to take a risk somewhere.
Right.
I don't mind this. And then the other ones, we were running it back with Josh Gordon, right?
Well, I mean, it's either Duvernay or Gordon. I don't want to throw
I think
two
there's
darts
a
at
very.
receiver.
You don't want to throw 2 darts. I mean,
No.
that's
No.
going to open up a lot of stuff in
I
the
know,
other
but
spots.
here's the other thing. I don't love running back this week.
Right.
I don't like.
What about running Williams for Kansas City back with Ricky Seals Jr.
Ricky Seals Jones.
Jones? Sorry, doing 6 things at once. My brain just got completely overloaded.
I kind of feel like Mahomes is.
That's great.
I feel like he's going to throw the ball like 50 times this week.
Who, Mahomes?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So are we talking about changing our quarterback?
No, I'm just saying. Like, I just think that kind of puts Williams out of play for me. a little bit.
Okay.
Which, if he throws the ball 50 times, Josh Gordon's got to catch maybe 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but you don't want to go too. So
I'm a little worried about the Chiefs. I really am. I maybe I'm in the minority. They just don't look right to me.
we don't. I guess he said he's willing to play naked Ricky Seals. So do you think we should run it back with anybody? Or
Here's the problem. Now that we've got Ricky Seals Jones in, we got all this money. I don't know what to do with.
yeah, I know what to do.
So we've got Eckler at running back right now. Have we picked a second yet?
Let's talk about defense because I like.
Okay, defense,
I
yeah.
generally am one that I'm one of the old school people that like pairing up a running back with defense. It mathematically makes sense. I'm a big Swift guy, and Detroit's really cheap, and there's a chance that we're getting injured Burrow or his backup at some point.
Yeah.
Is Detroit's defense something that we can consider?
I would consider that for sure.
That's who I have in my lineup.
Yeah, I liked when I was looking
and
at
then
this.
pairing him with Swift. I
You
think
could.
I like Swift this week.
So
That's my.
the 2 cheap defenses that I was looking at this week was the Lions, which I love, and then Houston against. I just don't like Carson Wentz very much, so I
That
was
makes
kind of
sense.
interested in that. But
Let's put the Lions. You guys
Yeah,
don't love
Lions is
Swift-
great.
you don't
I
love
like Lions.
Yeah.
That's who I have in my.
Lions
But
is
you
great.
don't. I didn't hear a lot of love for Swift. Swift to me is an easy 20.
I don't mind him. I think I think there's a lot of running backs around that range that we should talk about.
Let's talk about it. Let's do that right
Yeah,
now.
I'm
I
excited
mean,
to
if
do that.
Madison plays, I want Madison.
Right.
Okay.
Daryl Henderson Jr. for the Rams.
I think that's another. He's
he's
chalky,
6K. I mean,
but
like,
that's another good chalk. It's like I think that could be good chalk.
Yeah.
I mean, I there's a chance they might like just be winning the whole game, and he might get a lot of carries. So I like him a lot too.
We could run him back with Tony, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But-
Tony's
Banged up.
well, but he also got kind of a price increase.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
5,600 this
yeah.
week, but I mean, I
We got all
still
kinds of money.
I still like him. The other running back that I like this week is Najee Harris against Seattle.
I do like Harris
Because Geno Smith is playing this week. Most likely, I would assume Pittsburgh's going to be in the lead, which would give him even more opportunities to score 20 points, which he has done every single week the past 3 weeks at least. And he's not that expensive for a guy that's a guaranteed 20 points.
Do we like Harris better than Swift? Do we want to get rid of Swift?
I do like Najee, and we've got the money.
Yeah.
For sure, we've got the money. I
Yeah.
think he also has no injury designation.
Yeah.
He's one of the only ones this week.
He left last week's game because of cramps, but I mean, that's nothing. I mean,
He's
whenever
going to get cramps this week because they're going to give him like 50 touches of the ball.
he just needs to drink a bunch of Gatorade or something before he starts playing.
Do we want to run back any Seattle?
I mean, Juju's also out, so that might also increase his
I like
his
Harris.
receptions.
Harris was in my build.
Yeah, I
You don't
I
have to-
love Najee Harris.
You can
yeah.
talk. I had Harris and Swift though. So, but if I have right now, Emmy, flash to the iPad if you get a chance. Take a look, Julio, what I've got so far. I've got Herbert, Eckler, Harris, Duvernay, Seals, Jones, Henderson Jr., Lions.
Okay, I think I just
That's what right up
I
there.
just figured out what I like too.
Tell me if you guys want me to take anything out of
Let me
that.
know what you guys think about this real quick. So instead of Gordon, we
Okay.
go with Devin Duvernay
Okay.
because we're running it back, right? At 3,400, and in the flex spot we can play Kelsey.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I like Kelsey.
I love Kelsey, especially if Hill's hurt.
He's 7K. I mean, that's the
Oh, my goodness.
cheapest we're gonna get him. All
Oh,
year.
absolutely. I 100% agree
Um,
with that.
And I think they're gonna throw the ball a lot this week.
So-
I just do.
Let's go over the lineup real quick because I have something wrong here. We got Herbert at quarterback, right?
Yep.
We got Eckler, Najee Harris. We don't have any Keenan Allen in here anymore. Is that
We
right?
do have. I have Keenan.
Oh,
Allen.
you do have
Yeah,
Allen?
I have Keenan Allen.
Let's put
Okay.
Allen in.
So we got Keenan Allen.
Mhm.
Let me find him again because I just took him out. There he is. And then we got Devin Duvernay, no McLaurin in this lineup, right?
Nope.
So we've got 5,500 for one spot because we got Ricky Seals-Jones, a tight end, Kelsey, and the Lions.
I really like Sanders.
I also like Jacoby Myers.
Oh yeah, I like Jacoby Myers. Yeah.
They're
I
both
think he's really chalky. But here's my observation on Ray's League 2
right.
is that I almost feel like it's turning into more of a cash build in Ray's League because it's 30 owners.
By the way, I'm going to interrupt. I'd be remiss to say we won cash this week. Our opponent scored over to 198, and we still won.
And you still beat him. That's amazing.
So Julio's on fire in the cash builds.
Oh yeah.
I trash his builds. I say ugly things about him.
It's not a pleasant conversation Sunday morning.
And I still play them, and they have saved.
I'm actually starting to like dread the
The Sunday
text or
morning.
the call back. Like, dude, what the hell
It
is
just
this lineup?
I'm like, why are we playing any of these guys? But it was genius. It was a sweat at the end of that one.
Yeah, it was. I was like, dude, we're gonna crush, and like
He played a
just
good
got-
lineup. He played a really good lineup. He brought it this week. I think
Yeah.
he paid for that lineup.
That's great.
But we're 3-0 since we turned the reins over.
Nice.
to
That's
the
fantastic.
Captain Cash game over there. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes of show left, and
We got one spot left. We
one
got to fill.
spot left, and
Right now,
What spot? I'm confused.
Myers. Did you put Myers in?
I put Myers in.
Okay,
so
so
that would fill it up if we put Myers
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Let's see. Let's look at any receivers around that price range because I feel like there's
think-
some conversations
I
there.
think Sanders is in the conversation.
Yeah.
yeah, Sanders is absolutely.
I
in
mean,
the
another
conversation.
guy that
I don't hate that.
Another
call at all.
guy that looked good this past week. Finally, Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah, Pittman. You know, he's a dude that
They're
is just
firing balls at him.
They
They're just
are.
like
he's
literally
just
firing balls.
subtly great. I never think about playing him, but
Yeah.
he has not scored under 11 points. I mean, other than week one, past week one, 11 points is his floor at this point.
I mean, 7, 8, 12, and 12 targets the last 4
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
is
they're
not
throwing it
bad.
to him a
No,
lot.
Pittman's a good call. There's a lot of good choices at this salary here.
T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd are also there.
Really highly owned T. Hanger. I think
Yeah.
Patrick scores a touchdown against Vegas.
Tim Patrick, yeah.
I think Raymond against Cincinnati is a high volume guy now that Cephas is hurt.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Raiders, their offense changes at all now that Gruden's gone.
That's a
I'm really,
subject we can do without.
yeah. Well, I mean,
We're $100 away before being able to jam Tony in this line.
Yeah. Also a couple other names I
would
just
love
want to
play
throw
some
out there.
Tony.
Dude, Odell Beckham Jr. at some point has to do something.
Yes.
He has to,
I mean,
but
he has to.
it's so scary playing him right now because
This would be a week because they're going to get a lot of touches, right?
right.
Yeah.
What isn't Arizona one of the highest paced offenses in the league or something?
You would
I
think.
think it's the highest paced offense.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's more opportunity for Odell Beckham. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm also very scared to do it. At
Yeah,
the same time.
I mean, I can see that.
So I mean, we're leaning heavily to Jacoby Myers, and we're doing that because they're playing the worst defense, one of the worst defenses in Dallas, and we think he's just going to get a lot of volume. Sanders on that Monday night game. It's always nice to have somebody in your pocket on Monday night, and I just think he scores a touchdown 100%. Like,
Jacoby Myers,
or no, Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders. Okay.
That's a tough debate right there. I think that is a good debate, though. Would you narrow it down to those two, probably?
Yeah, I mean, let's also look at.
Let's go.
I want to also look at another tight end that.
Give me Sanders' targets last week, if you don't mind.
Yep. Sanders' targets last week were 5.
Okay, and he scored about 20 on.
He's got 20 points. He had 6 the week before that, 13, 6 the week before that, 26. So I mean, the floor is pretty high for Sanders for 5,400.
What about Myers?
Myers, he had 9 points last week, but 5 targets. The 2 weeks previously, he had 12 and 14 targets. So he's obviously very involved against a bad defense.
And he has yet. This is an interesting
To
stat,
score touchdown
in his career.
in his career. That's
his
crazy.
career.
That is a crazy.
Like
stat.
that's got to. At some point, that has to happen.
I like Myers this week.
Yeah.
I like them both. I mean, I'll leave it up
Yeah,
to
I
you
mean,
guys. I don't.
It's
I
a
don't have
toss
problem
up
with
for
either
me.
one.
I don't hate either of them. So I mean,
We're not really running back either one, so I'll leave it up to you guys really on that one.
I like what we came up with. Again,
what'd you go with?
It shocks me every time we build a lineup because it's not anything of what I'm thinking about, which is usually a good thing. We went with Emmy, if you'll give us the iPad. Herbert, Eckler, Harris, Allen, Duvernay, Myers, Seals, Jones, which I have written down as the third
exemption.
exemption.
What I love about the exemption is they're never coming back.
Yeah,
No, wait, no. There's got to be. If I nail them all, I think I should earn 5 more.
So-
I feel like that's how it should be.
Okay? If
Sounds fair.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
wow.
Emmy? Right, Emmy? If I nail them all, I get 5
Little
more.
collusion between Emmy and JMJ here.
if
But
you
why
get
wouldn't you want that? If I nail it every time,
because we don't.
Yeah, because we don't like it when you
We don't-
succeed.
we're not necessarily rooting for your success here. So that doesn't make the show fun.
no, God, please.
No more Jared success.
It's like you guys ever watch the Guildcast or listen to that podcast?
I do like that podcast.
So it's funny because it's like a review of their cash lineups, and the most popular shows are the ones where they just all do really
yeah.
bad. You know?
No, I don't know that. I mean, everyone's listening, rooting us to just nail it, but we are nailing it. We're going to win this league. I'm feeling confident.
Oh yeah, I feel like one of us is gonna get it for
I
sure.
wish
this season.
Ray is unfortunately them moving the World Series of Poker to October has interfered with Ray's ability to get information to us quickly because he's running deep in tournaments. But,
Right, makes sense.
we should have the standings today. We were 8th last week. The show was.
The show was 5th. I mean, I can look it up again, but I believe it was 4th. I was 4th last week.
We had to have gone better.
Yeah.
Just by. Plus, we get to drop a
4th,
score too.
Yes.
6th, 7th last week.
Yeah. I like where we're doing good things. We're building good lineups.
This got to move us all up pretty high in the rankings. I mean, I don't know where we're
Because this
at
week
right
they're
now.
going to drop the lowest score. So
I will say, and this isn't like an excuse, but I in my lineups I try and go way different because I'm trying to offer like a different perspective from where the show goes.
me too.
Yep.
I am
So-
also trying contrarian builds to the show lineup. We love the show lineup, or we
Yeah.
wouldn't get it. I mean, this is the lineup we're building. It just gives us a chance, Juice and I, a chance to fire some different things
Yeah.
off. That
Right.
you know, and Juice and I share our lineups. You know, before the games, and we compare what we're doing because we don't
It's
want to.
collaboration.
We don't. Yeah, we're just collaborating. I mean, so is everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
we're just figuring out. We're never playing off each other. I have never made a play because Juice played this someone or didn't play this someone.
Right.
But I got information on what Guardy's looking at and other people are looking at.
I mean, all three of our lineups I was
Heck and
looking.
Camp.
They were great. I mean, the
Brett.
only thing that went bad in yours was Daniel Jones because he
My
got
lineup,
injured.
my lineup was on pace to win until Cephas got hurt. And
Yeah.
then Daniel Jones.
Yeah, both of them. They both got hurt, and that's really the only spot where you're really hurting.
Yeah.
Juice, same thing. Diggs didn't really do it for him, but other than
was-
that,
I mean,
solid lineup.
Diggs has been kind of a disappointment in general.
Yeah,
Let's do this. As
You know
we
what did it in for me was the weather in that game.
Yeah.
Like the Kansas City Buffalo game.
Oh yeah, there was a
Because
massive delay.
like in the beginning of the game, Buffalo was just going up and down, and then there was like bad weather that happened. They had to delay the game for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I went to bed.
Yeah, I was
so-
watching that game.
So let's do this. Let's give our picks. Whoa, that's a fine. Let's get our picks of the week out.
All
like
right. Let's do it.
Emmy, start us off. Who's your smash play of the week? Who's Emmy smashing into every lineup this week? The suspense builds.
Let's
Hold on, while you're doing that,
I
that
can
wait,
work
you know what, Emmy?
Andrews.
That's not fair. I haven't. Hold on.
We got to get some build up. Emmy. What's your color?
Let's hear from Emmy. Oh yeah. Well, hold on. All three. Ready? Shoot, Emmy.
Okay, I think Mark Andrews.
Ooh.
Mark Andrews. Ooh,
Hey,
she's
I
with
love
Juice
it.
on
That's-
this.
that's-
Yeah.
that's
She
who
obviously
my call is.
she's been listening to who the expert is around
I
here.
mean, I
right?
will be firing very similar lineups this week.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, Jared. Well, I know you're excited to tell us.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Which player in the Kansas City Washington game are you going to call your smash
obviously
play of the week? Who we
smash play of the week.
Lock it in, baby.
Not only is it cheap as hell, but it could possibly get you over 20 points. It's Ricky Seals Jones.
Wow, are you shocked? I would thought you'd say that for your value play of the week.
That's both. It's both. It's the same one. Same
Okay.
one.
Let's do this then. Who's your pick of the week not named Ricky Seals
All right.
Jones?
My pick of the week is Najee Harris.
Okay, I like that. That's a good one.
I like Najee Harris a lot this week.
He's going up against a defense where he should be touching the ball a lot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My low value guy, I like who's the receiver from Moore for Houston?
For Houston,
Moore, right?
is it Chris Moore? Is
Yeah,
that
at
is that what you're talking about?
3,100, that's my value play of the
Okay.
week. He's a good run it back in that stack. And then I'm going to go with Julio's guy. I think Eckler has another. He just keeps having monster game after monster game. So
Yep, I can see it. I like Eckler
Who's
a
your
lot this week.
give me a value play, Julio, before you tell us who your smash spot.
I like Josh Gordon this week. I don't know, like I'm rooting for the guy to come back. Like
Me too.
I love his talent.
He's a fellow TH.
Josh Gordon, if you're watching, I believe in
Yeah, I
you.
believe in you, Josh.
Josh Gordon, if you're watching after the season's over, bro, let's spark it up.
Josh Gordon, you're going to be the first
don't
guest in studio.
Josh Gordon, I don't know why you don't have buds named after you.
Yeah,
Like there should be nugs named Josh Gordon.
I mean he is a gam, and we know what a gam is, right?
I don't know what
A
it is.
grown ass man.
A
I mean, he
grown
is
ass man.
There it is. So
So who's your gam this week? There we go.
Ooh, I like it.
New
another
I like
segment.
it.
another
New
segment.
segment. Hold on. Pick
Write that down.
gam of the week.
Game of the week. I love that. That's great.
Who's your? I don't know. We're gonna get canceled. Can it be grown ass person? Can it be a gap of the week?
Could be a gap.
Okay, we're gonna go gap.
What's wrong with grown ass man?
It's more politically correct
Tell him.
anyway.
Tell him,
This
Emmy.
is stupid. I'm sorry, I
think
wasn't
like
being.
grown-ass man.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
There you
Well,
go.
Emmy says it's okay. We're gonna gam of the week.
Yeah.
Who's your gam of the week?
I don't know if he's really cheap, but I like Odell Beckham this week. To
All right.
score two
That's your
touchdowns.
grown ass man. Is Odell
You think
Beckham?
2 touchdowns for
Two
Odell
touchdowns,
Beckham
yeah.
this week?
That's
Ooh.
your
Yeah.
gap of the
Yeah.
week.
Ooh, that'll be a nice highlight if that happens.
Wow.
That'll be very nice.
I mean, he should have had 3 like 2 weeks ago, but Baker couldn't get him
He
the
could
damn
not. He
ball.
always overthrows Odell
Yeah.
Beckham. I don't know what it is there. If it's the routes that Odell Beckham's are running, I don't know
think-
what it is.
I
Maybe
think Baker either plays really well or he just doesn't play well.
I feel like it's more Baker's fault than Odell Beckham's
too.
fault.
I think that may be your worst pick ever.
We'll see. We'll see.
I want to lay that.
Stay
tape.
tuned.
Time-
Stay
I wanna
tuned.
lay
We'll
that
find
tape.
out.
Time will tell.
Out of all your studs of the week.
He's my value.
Okay, there
He's
we go.
my value.
I can't
okay?
believe that Odell Beckham
Yeah,
was going to
no,
be
no,
your
no, no, no,
grown
no.
ass man.
No,
of the
no,
week.
no, no. He's my value. I'm sorry.
Value of the week.
Wouldn't Odell
Odell
Beckham have to be a grown ass man in order to be the grown ass man of the week? Anyway,
Yes.
give us your grown ass man of the week.
I'm gonna go back to the well with my boy Justin Herbert.
There
you
we
guys
go.
don't love
Thank
this
you.
guy as much as I do. I mean,
I like him.
he, in my opinion, this year is the MVP so far.
Hey, I've got a bunch of cards stuffed in a safety deposit box that says that better be true. So.
The dude is, I mean, he is playing on another level right now, and I love the fact he's going up against Lamar Jackson this week. I think it's possibly the two best quarterbacks so far this year. I love that game. I think he's going to
keep
come to
hitting
play.
this button, but you just keep.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to run off to federal court, so we're gonna have to
Good
wrap
luck.
this thing up. Yeah, it's on a
Real quick before we wrap it up, you said you liked Josh Gordon, so why are we playing Duvernay over Josh Gordon? They're the same price.
Because we're running it back for the Chargers.
I see. Okay.
It's called correlation.
I see the correlation.
We've got your boy Ricky Seals Jones at a 3K
Right.
for Washington, and we're running it back with Kelsey.
Okay,
All right.
I like it. I don't know.
But I will be playing some Josh Gordon. this
Yeah,
week.
I like it.
end up that argument. I'm gonna hit the out of here music. I'm sorry. I wish we could stay at this a little bit of short show. I enjoyed the show though. I thought
It was a
and
great show.
Yeah, good
Put
show.
together a lineup I wasn't planning at all. My original build was more coordinated with your thoughts that Kansas City. I have Heineke and
Yep, I had Heineke.
but
I think it's going to be a very popular
I
build in
think it's
Rays
a little
League.
too popular. And I
Yeah.
was going to say I think there's 3 games to really focus on.
Yeah.
And I think we focused on one of the 3. So I'm gonna hit
Real-
the button
real quick.
real quick.
Do we think the Buffalo Tennessee game is going to go under owned in Rays League? Because that's also a
I think
very
that's-
high scoring game.
I think that's a very common thing right now is people stacking the Monday night games.
Yeah.
I would not play Derrick Henry this week. I feel like he's still
Wow.
doing good, but
Wow, where's the whoa? I don't even know what button to hit. Whoa.
sniff and glue maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I did not see that coming. Next time you tell us that, make
I'm
sure.
floored.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's
feel
almost like worth 3 exemptions.
It's like he'll probably score 20 points, but he's 9,000 or something. I don't feel like it's the week to play him.
So the juice. We got juice, and then we've got the big takes.
Jam Master Jay.
Jam
Yeah.
Master Jay's big take of the week are Ricky Seals Jr., no Henry. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I'm feeling this
I'm
week.
writing it on the show script so that
This
I
is
have
awesome.
it. I've got, see, I took notes.
See, I'm
this
not
week.
always Henry. I'm not always Henry.
I like it. It shows you a little bit of a variation.
Also, we need to. We never do this, but please subscribe and like the show.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I started off with it, a call to action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Call to action is good.
Yes, guys, I really appreciate it. If you're watching the show at all, if you have anybody that's friends that might be interested in some daily fantasy, we're trying to build good. We're building good lineups. It's not like
We're
not
doing good.
building-
I mean, yeah, we all had great weeks last week. Yeah.
We're gonna get the GoPro working. We promise.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We've got Caleb Williams coming in. So I've got to run. I'm gonna hit the out of here music. We're gonna do some head bobbing, and thank you guys for everything. But I've got to run. So
Bye.
I'll see you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Emmy.
No problem.
All right.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
I've got to run.
I don't know if I'm going to get this pack, dude.